What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Mr. Gaming Squatch. Welcome to the Squatch Den. Today I'm gonna go over a bit of my collection. Not the entire thing. This doesn't really even skim a top level of my entire collection, but it makes up a good sum of it. Because, as the title suggests, can you have too much Mario? It's one thing to buy a game every now and again and then trade it back in, and you don't ever really have to think about it until like 10 or 15 years down the road when you don't have it anymore, and you think, man, I missed that from my childhood. Well, I don't have that problem because I either didn't have it as a kid or I still have it from when I was a kid. Or I wasn't even born from when it first came out, of course, as a lot of these games were for the early days. So, can you have too much Mario? Not at all. Because Nintendo sure as hell doesn't think so, with him pretty much being their mascot. I'm going to go over some of the games that I have. Not really going to go into too deep of a detail of each one and like when they were released or what the game is really about. Maybe just a little surface level knowledge, as I'm pretty much good for. So I think to start off with my collection, why don't we try and start off at the beginning with the original Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Back when this was included with the NES, I believe. Could be wrong, let me know in the comments if I am. And again, I was not even born when this game first came out, but this is what kind of kick-started it all off as far as I know. And I like to sometimes pop in. Of course, you can see I got it for $10 at Next Level Video Games. Great place if you're ever in Blackwood, New Jersey. Pop on in there, you'll find him. He's a great guy. Nick, if you're watching this, love you, dude. So, still, great game to try and play. A lot of people think it's super easy and just one life it, which is just when you just blow through the whole game and without dying. I have not been able to do that yet, but maybe one day I'll get good enough. So that's the first one, and then they came out with another iteration where it was the Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers combo pack. I think that one came with the light gun. That one I don't have, unfortunately, and I believe that was a whole NES combo where you bought the console, it came with the zapper and the 2-in-1 cartridge. But this one I didn't even know existed until I went to Next Level, of course, and found it and was like, you know what, you don't see this too often, so why not? A triple pack. An official Nintendo triple pack of Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and World Class Track Meet. Okay. As you can see, again, I only paid $8 for this one. Not all of these are going to have price tags. It's just I forgot to take the price tag off of these ones. But this is an official Nintendo cartridge for the NES. And that's about all I know about it, because I haven't even been able to try it just yet. Got it, came home, and then just went back to real life. But then I believe they came out with Super Mario Brothers 2. It was considered the Lost Levels in America. It was just regular Super Mario 2 in Japan, and then I think they later released it as Super Mario USA. But after that came out Super Mario Brothers 3 for the NES. But what's even better is that even earlier than this cartridge was the early release of the Left Bros cartridge, which is quite similar to the one that everybody knows, and I bet you this is probably going to trip up some people because I didn't know it existed, and I'm sure some people will probably be like, wasn't the Bros on the left side or the right side and never noticed it? Well, to answer your question that you probably didn't even have for yourself, they came out as both. But as I've sort of learned from Pokemon cartridges, where, you know, the ESRB rating, you can see, has different designs from when they were changing it from like the white one to the black, or they removed it. You can tell a lot of times from the little code down here, the NES USA, and then later releases of the same cartridges were NES USA 1 for this. And a lot of times when they add a 1 to the cartridge, or whatever that little serial number is, that's usually a later, not really later release, but a later manufacturing of that same game. So here we have an earlier cartridge versus a later released cartridge. Both games play about the same. I've tried to put one in and then put the other in, but my Nintendo, I need to try and fix the pin connectors or something, because it's not as easy as just pop a game in, pop a game out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it wasn't, and by the time I took this one out to get this one in and working again, I couldn't remember any differences. So as far as I can tell, they play exactly the same way from each other. It's just a later release cartridge. But it's part of my collection, and I seen it and just needed to have it because it's different, and why not? It's my collection, and it's my money, and I'll spend it now. Not really. But then, after the NES, I believe, around the same time as the NES actually, I think they came out with the Game Boy, and so we have Super Mario Land. It is definitely different than the original Super Mario games, because even though the original Super Mario Brothers is just, you know the game, this one's just slightly different. It's a little bit in color. This one is also the Player's Choice Edition, as you can see, but it also has the ESBR, whatever letter arrangement it is, in the white text there. The earlier models, especially not the Player's Choice ones, the earlier models didn't have that at all. This is all just clear, and see how it has that 1 at the end there? That's just because this is a later release. But still a pretty clean cartridge, and I also like to enjoy playing it every now and again when I have my Game Boy. Or Game Boy Color, because obviously it's in color. It's really nice. But then, around the same time, obviously, America had the Super Nintendo, and Japan had the Super Famicom. And so, of course, another classic we have here is Super Mario Kart. I got it for the Famicom because I figured you don't really need to understand Japanese to drive a car. It's more or less trying to set up your own preferences of what kind of course you want to go for. But this is authentic Japanese, as you can see there. And I do enjoy playing this as well, especially since my one friend Brendan did mod my Super Nintendo to where you could play a Super Famicom game on an American console, because besides these two little plastic tabs on the inside of the cartridge reader, they play the same exact way. It's just that when you remove those little black tabs, like, not going to spoil the next game for you, but see how this has got little notches and this one doesn't? In the American consoles, they have little plastic tabs on the bottom that will fit this better and keep you from playing a Japanese cartridge. Once you remove those, which is pretty easy to do, then you could start playing Famicom games again. But I digress. I have Super Mario Kart for the Super Famicom, and now I'll bring you into the next game in the series, which came out. I don't really know if Super Mario Kart came out before or after this game, but I'm pretty sure everybody kind of knows it already. Super Mario All-Stars. And I don't just have that for Super Nintendo. I also have it complete in box as Super Mario Brothers. I'm pretty sure it's Ultimate Collection or All-Star Collection. I forget the exact Japanese translation, but this one is completely authentic Japanese. For sale and use in Japan only. Business use and rental prohibited. Don't tell Japan that I have this. As if eBay was going to have the records of it anyway. But like I said, this is 100% complete. I'm pretty sure I already did an unboxing of this one. If not, I did show it on my unboxing of the Super Boy. But it does have everything together, and I'm really happy to have that in my collection, along with having the English Super Mario All-Stars. The games do play quite similarly. The actual games themselves do play exactly the same. It's just the difference of, like I said, in America, they were considered the lost levels. In Japan, it was Super Mario 2. That's why they have, I think, on the back here, I believe, Super Mario 1, Super Mario 2, or Our Lost Levels, Super Mario 3, and then Super Mario USA was that one game that was, I think, it was our Super Mario 2, where it was like you pull up the turnips and throw it at the characters. They considered this one Super Mario USA, and this one Super Mario 2, when it was kind of reversed. It was the Lost Levels and Super Mario 2. So it's like 1, 2, 3 Lost Levels. And then there's 1, 2, 3 USA. So those are nice pieces to have in my collection as well. And then next on the sort of chronological order, I have my N64 games, which is Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Kart 64. Both of them are amazing games. They are absolute classics. And to be 100% honest, I didn't even realize I got the Player's Choice cartridge. I just now am looking at it and was like, oh, I got the Player's Choice one. And then, of course, we have regular Mario Kart. It's not in the best condition, but they play just as fine. And, you know, I wish I could have the boys over sometime to be able to play some Mario Kart. Because it's all fun and games when you're playing against the computer. But it's better when you got people to nudge and mess around and try to mess them up and all. One day, when this pandemic starts to get a little bit better, maybe. Alright, after that, let's see, what would be chronologically after that? I don't have any GameCube games. I wish I had Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube, but that is still hella expensive. I think after the GameCube would have been the Wii. So here are my games for the Wii. I think along with the DS and 3DS, I think was around the Wii era as well. But let's start with the Wii games here. Starting off with Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games for Beijing 2008. And as you can see, I paid $45 for this back from GameStop. And I'm surprised that sticker is even still on there. Yeah, thanks GameStop. These things are always the hardest shit to take off too. But honestly, I remember playing this, and this was a really good game to play. I really missed playing this. Maybe one day I'll boot up my Switch again. Not Switch, my Wii. I can't get things straight anymore. Maybe I'll boot up my Wii and try to do this, because I need the exercise for sure. And then, of course, going along with the kart theme again is Mario Kart. I mean, come on. You can't look at this. Even people my age, I'm 23, even people that are younger than me, you can't look at this and not remember all the times of like fighting your cousin because you thought you were going to come in first, or your best friends and you're getting into fist fights because of who's was going to win or not. Or just having fun with the family, of course, like normal people. Again, great game, and I'm super happy to still have this from when I was a kid. And then this one was more of a recent pickup that I have. I was actually quite surprised to walk into GameStop and see they had like 360 games and Wii games. And I was like, the heck is this? What part of the warehouse did you crawl out of here? But I was lucky to see this, and I was like, you know what? I gotta scoop it up. I wasn't really sure about getting it back when I was younger, because I wasn't really on the hype train. I wasn't paying attention to what was coming out and all that. But now I'm glad I have it too. It's Super Mario Galaxy. Another absolute banger of a game that I think everybody would collectively agree was one of the best recent games. So say like how Super Mario All-Stars of the Super Nintendo had, I would say, all of the best games, but they were also the only Super Mario games that were out at that time for those 4 games. Yeah, so that's how that is. And then, like I said, going to the DS section, I've still got my original Super Mario Brothers for the DS. I did have Super Mario 64 DS, but I sold that to Brendan because I wasn't really like, I don't need it, whatever. And he wanted it because it was complete in a box. So I was like, yeah, why not? But then, as you see here, I have Mario vs. Donkey Kong in Miniland Mayhem. And, of course, I paid $15 for it. This one I remember seeing when I was younger, and I was like, dang, I want to really get that. That would be awesome to play. And I never really got around to getting it. Well, this was a recent few months to try and get it. And I'm happy that I have it because it is quite a fun game. It's really simple to do. You just have to try and connect these little pieces to make sure the little Marios get to where they gotta go there. And that's kind of it. You jump and avoid the traps. You gotta get the charms and all that. It's very simple, but it's also a kid's game too. So I mean, you gotta take that with a little grain of salt. So that's my DS games, and then we're kind of coming into the home stretch here. I know this is a little bit of a long video, but we're coming into the home stretch. I believe this came out. These last two came out at the same time, and you might know where I'm going with this. You might also not. Who knows? If you're psychic, then you know what I'm thinking of right now, and I want you to put it in the comments of what I'm thinking right now. All right. A little bit weird there. Sorry. Here we go. We have the Super Mario Game & Watch. I got so freaking hyped when I heard that they were going to come out with this because I figured my YouTube name is Game & Squatch, which is a play off of Game & Watch because I always liked Mr. Game & Watch in Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I do have those as well. I have Ultimate and I have Smash Bros. Brawl. I didn't really include them in as Mario games just because, yeah, he's in it, but it's not his game. Arguably, you could say that about Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, but I don't know, I figured it was 50%. That's passing enough. But anyway, I digress. This, I was so hyped for. I made sure I was the first person in the store when it launched because I believe there was issues when Nintendo went to go and be able to do pre-orders for GameStops. I think they didn't get the licensing or something to be able to get it in time, so nobody was able to pre-order these. It was just first come, first serve. And so I was like, I gotta be there. And of course, I picked up 2 cartridges, or 2 copies, so I can keep one sealed, this is the sealed one, the other one I get to play. And I'm super glad that I still have these, because then I can play the original Mario games. The first Mario game, Mario Lost Levels, which is Mario 2, and an original Game & Squatch game while also being a clock. If you haven't already, if you want to see me unbox this and do a teardown of this, those will be popping up on the corners there for you to check out. So that's this one. And then last but not least, I have not one but 2 of this as well because I fell for the false scarcity of Nintendo being like, oh, this is only going to be out for a year, get it while you can. And so I went and bought one for myself at first. Then I bought a second one for Brendan. And he kind of wanted to get it, kind of didn't. I think he ended up getting a copy, I forget, but I bought him another one to keep sealed for his birthday, I think. And then, I can't remember the rest of the story. I'm sorry, I'm blanking so hard. So anyway, here is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. I have this one that I have opened, and then that's what it was. I went to go get him a sealed copy, seen another one, and bought a second one to keep sealed as well. You can still see it's still sealed there. And again, I fell for the false hype because Nintendo was like, oh, yeah, it's going away for a year. You better get it. Otherwise, after a year, that's it. And they're still sitting on the shelves for $50, I think, at Walmart, $50 or $55. They really did not. They didn't sell as fast as I thought they would. And it kind of sucks because these are really good games. especially if you don't want to pay another 30 something dollars for Super Mario 64, or 50 to 60, even $70 for Super Mario Sunshine, or I don't even know how much Super Mario Galaxy is going for because I bought it from GameStop. So I don't know the actual collector's values of these things are. So either way, I still have them, and I like the portability of it playing on the Switch as well, because like I said, you can play it as docked or have it handheld, and it's really good to use, especially with Super Mario Galaxy. The motion controls of the Joy-Cons were a little bit more, I guess, easy to use or functional than the original Wii when you got to play it. I don't know. I have not even played Super Mario Galaxy yet on the Wii because my sensor bar has been really screwy. So that'll wrap it up today for today's video as I stack everything here. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble on about old games and everything else that I have and all that good jazz. Excuse me, a little burp as I put everything here. I hope I get to see you all in the next video and see you in the Squatch Den, because I want to hear your true answer of, can you really have too much Mario? My answer is no, but I want to hear what you guys say. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the Squatch Den next time.